All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday to everybody. How is everybody doing? We have a pretty full crowd this morning. Engineering the markets. My name is 2021. Let's go ahead and some changes. Interesting price action to perceive some of the intraday actionary moves that we had. Uh, a little bit of audio cut out. See if I can resolve that. All right, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. How we look? Little reset there. All right, go ahead and do set. How we doing? Still got some chop. Can I get just on YouTube? Okay. A bit more to reset. Let's do a quick audio test just on how we coming in now. Still choppy. Any changes? There. Lots of confirmation in the chat. Can I get just confirmation on YouTube? Sounds like I'm coming in much better. All right. I think we're good. All right, y'all. So, as always, I apologize about that, but we're there each and every time that occurs. So, let's go ahead and get right. Today we had some pretty interesting price action. It's choppy again. Tell me how the audio sounds now. Is it without screen share? For now. System refresh, but if it gets to the point where it's unusable, then we'll go ahead and do something. So, price action yesterday, and we'll start off with the equal weight. We're going to go ahead and look at some of the ranges that basically trying to understand whether the market has to continue this sort of bullish push higher and start to get out of some of these ranges. So with our here is that we wanted a way to perceive sure how to continue here. So what are our thoughts? Challenging to move forward.
Hey guys, good morning. Just trying to do a quick test to see if it's just Jared or if we're having an overall chat room issue with the sound. So let me know if my sound is clear or if you're still getting the same chop you're getting over with Jared. Okay, all right. So it sounds like it's just on Jared's end. All right, we're going to try to figure this out because Jared has done nothing to change his setup. It's the same from yesterday, so we don't know why things happen like that sometime, but it is what it is. So we'll see what we can do here to get Jared on. Jared, if you like, I can give you a link. You can log in through vMix, and the audio should be fine. If you want to try that, let me get you. I'll get you over a link now, and we'll try that. So one sec over on YouTube. Thank you so much for your patience. Yeah, no, Jared, Daniel, thank you for that suggestion. But he has restarted his machine 3 times today, and it's still giving us that problem. But we'll figure this out. Let's get Jared a link here that can get him connected to us for a bit. So and A65. All right, so Jerry's going to restart as well one more time, and then he's also going to try a different link to connect to us so we can be able to get his insights for the day. Make sure we start our morning right. While we wait, we had an amazing webinar last night by Peter, guys. I seen that webinar probably, I want to say at least 2 times, for sure 2 times, with a couple of revisions as he moves forward. And man, it is amazing every single time. So if you have not seen it, the recording is already up on our education center. It is an amazing, amazing webinar, especially for those that are starting out to kind of get an idea, how to think about the markets, how to think about, consistently profitable, which is a question a lot of moderators get quite often. And he answered that perfectly. You know, it's different for everybody, and depending on how you see yourself as a trader, what your goals are. Everybody's goals are different. So definitely catch that webinar. It is up in the recordings already. This morning we're waiting for Jerry. We have a lot today on the gappers list, guys. It's a lot going on this morning. I see quite a bit here on the green side and the red this morning. Had about hood yesterday, up another 16% today. Looking forward to see how that's going to play out this morning. Just insane. We got some gaming stocks here, ATVIs on here. Neo, XPEF, both of these popped up a bit this morning I think on some kind of news. So we'll see what's going on there. Neo was amazing yesterday. I had a whole lot of fun with Neo. Many of us did. Hey, there's Jared. Jared, can one check your sound?
Yeah, let's do coming in.
Yeah, see now if it sounds like it must be your hardware now because I'm still getting the chapter a whole different system. So it could be the mic setup. Something's not clicking right there. You're using a Yeti, right?
I'm concerned that the like you said, the hardware is starting to alter a bit.
Yeah.
That or the actual find a new USB connector there.
Yeah, could be USB, could be going bad there for you. It's all that knowledge you're kicking into that mic, man. It's you're overstressing the mic every morning.
Something like that. That sounds about right.
Yes, David from Connecticut. Too much data.
Let's see if I can switch over mics. I do have a webcam mic that I can attempt using, but I'm not sure of the quality of that one, so we'll have to test it real quick.
Yeah, let's test it. The quality is a little bit less as long as we don't. It's not as choppy as it is now. I think people will be perfectly fine with that. Guys, thank you so much over for your patience on YouTube and in our chat room. Things like this do happen. We do not have a team that comes in at 4 a.m. to make sure everything's working. So, you know, when you do live production like this, you are going to have these kind of issues. 905, thank you for that suggestion. But no, he is not using a Bluetooth headphone that is connected by wire. Yeah, Bluetooth can be a problem when you're trying to do live production like this. So we try to stay away from it. Everything we use is wired. So. All right, so Jared's going to be switching mics over there. In the meantime, our gappers list I was mentioning, there's some other stuff here in our gapping down list as well. Again, just a lot here very early on this morning at 8:12 already. So MGM's gapping up. I see BTBT, UAA is on here as well. They're also gapping up 2.4. They were a little choppy yesterday, not as clean as I would expect, but we'll get into that as well. So we'll see. Could be a good morning today, depending how things are setting up so far. Do Bearable Traders question here? Do Bearable Traders members get tutorials on how to use Dash? Yes, absolutely. There's tons of videos on how to use Dash Trader Pro. You know, it's a very well known software. So even if you just go on YouTube and you look for something specific, even Dash Trader Pro themselves has videos on YouTube on how to do certain things on Dash Trader Pro. But we have our own videos as well. Make sure we cover the things that we use the most, from basic to really advanced stuff. I'm talking about one great example, Kyle's event hotkeys. I mean, those things are just incredible. I don't know of any other platform out there that can do what that platform does, that hotkey does, right? As far as being able to click on the screen. Well, first of all, set up how much you want to risk. If you want to risk $100, $50, $500, and then all you do is click on the screen where you want your stop to be, and then hit the hotkey button, and it calculates exactly how many shares to risk only that amount that you want. I mean, that's insane. But a very, very amazing hotkey. So again, that Dash can go from really basic to really advanced very quickly. So we got tons of videos that can help you with that. Yes, Alan, great message there. Yes, Jonathan from DAS, he is our guy there that helps us out with any type of you know, DAS questions. You can actually set up a one-on-one with him through our website. Members can sit down with him for an hour and he'll go over any questions you have, give you the basics, and kind of walk you through things on how to set that up.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3.
No choppiness at all. Let me see. Talk a little bit more.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, it's perfect, man. I think it's the mic is starting to go. All right, so guys, I'll leave you with Jared. I know we did kill some time here, but he'll catch up on the most important things right now. And Jared, you can still share your screen. I think that'll be fine.
Should I share it through the chat room or the
Yeah, no,
share
share
options
it.
in vMix? Okay.
No, there's no option there. So share it right to the chat room, and I'll keep your voice over through the vMix here.
All right. And I'm going to keep my webcam visual off just in case it is a bandwidth issue, but I don't think y'all need to see my face to get the information. So, all right. Well, thank you, Carlos, as always, coming in with some solutions to technical issues. Modern problems require modern solutions. So we are back. All right, everybody. So I'll try and be a little, I guess, boisterous in my voice to make sure the webcam is picking up the sound really well. Let's go ahead and sort of revisit what we were discussing. We're looking at the equal weight ETF for the S&P 500. And what we noticed when we first reviewed this ETF is a little bit of internal breadth issues with the market. We were seeing certain large market cap leaders continue to move higher and ultimately continue to move things like the NASDAQ and aspects of the S&P higher throughout their bullish trend. But other areas of the market were not necessarily as strong, nor had the same sort of bullish structure and trending structure that we could evaluate for good risk definition and for good overall breadth. So what's different? We notice here that on the start of the month, we had sort of an indecision candle near the highs of this range. Now, obviously, we want to give this a bit of time to resolve, and we want to ultimately see if we can start to break out through this range, leading us into potentially sort of a full breadth upper move throughout the market, something where all sectors or a majority of sectors are carrying the strength as opposed to one or two major sectors overall. Now, once again, we still really only have one data point, but what's so impressive about yesterday's rally was we do have a nice reversal inside of this ETF near the highs. So it's showing a propensity for the market to potentially move through this range, and we're seeing a lot of participation in sectors that weren't necessarily bullishly strong. So let's take a look at some of those sectors real quick and see what changed. We'll start off with the financials. This is one that's been a bit choppy overall, still has that range bound structure, but in a similar fashion, and once again, not with the right confirmation yet, we're seeing that potential reversal once again. So whether this is going to break range is something we could start to monitor moving forward, as we are near the highs, and we did see a potential turnaround move during yesterday's session. Especially what's most impressive is we actually defended the lows of the move. We saw a lot of sort of uncertainty in the early morning session. That turnaround occurred quite sharply and had good continuation throughout the rest of the day. Now that's just one sector. What do the other sectors look like? Some of the ones that are more sensitive to interest rates. Industrials had a very similar look. We're seeing that potential turnaround play and sort of mounting of the marketplace near critical moving averages. This is where the market can start to reestablish trend. And if it's going to do so, it needs to do it at these critical junctures. So this price action is something to monitor. And ultimately, this area, this sort of 2-day range that we have, is starting to really show itself as critical for these sectors to move higher. Once again, energy. Not necessarily our strongest sector recently. We've seen a lot of volatility in crude. Natural gas continues to be relatively strong, but overall there's been a bit of chop, a bit of uncertainty, and overall a bit of profit taking in what was originally one of our strongest sectors in 2020, late 2020 and into 2021. Similar look here. But however, this is one that has more proving to do. We're seeing moving averages more to the downside. Ultimately, volume is confirming that we are trying to move against trend, but whether or not this has the strength to do so, and whether we could start to clear maybe some previous resistance zones, is going to be up for the market to decide moving forward. It does seem as if this ETF has made some very critical lows, but can we turn the trend, or will this continue to consolidate and chop? So out of those sectors, and then we'll look at materials as well. Once again, those turnaround bars, very similar, although in different postures throughout the bullish trend of the marketplace. These are always in contention with the sectors that have been strong and continue to hold their sort of dominance in the marketplace. XLK holding the 20 period. So far, no real warning signs as of yet outside of a little bit of trend line loss that occurred prior, but still very strong and still very much in bullish context. XLV, once again, shining throughout a lot of volatility, not even having the same level of pullback as one of our quote unquote strongest sectors, and seeing a ton of momentum on sessions that are, I would say, less reactive to the downside. We're seeing those momentum breakouts throughout the trend. And while this is a bit extended on the daily, we note that the weekly is showing this range, this sort of consolidative area that's breaking out. And we can look for whether this has truly hit some sort of extensive target before expecting a full pullback, or at the very least, some sort of correction inside of the daily trend. So marketplace overall is having some interesting balancing going on throughout intraday sessions. And with XLK, that's going to be technology for YouTube. So S&P is having some interesting balancing going on. When it comes to breaking down the marketplace, we can start to ask or just propose some theories based on what we're seeing in the ETFs. And I'll just go ahead and zoom into the SPY here to show we have a pretty clear 4 to 5 session trend, or range that has been established in the S&P. Very clear lows, very clear highs, and ultimately, we haven't really moved significantly higher recently, but we also haven't broken down. So the question remains, can we get out of these ranges? And with some of the selling yesterday, there came a moment in time where marketplace had to essentially make a decision near the lows. Was this range going to hold once again? And if it does hold, very similar to other bounces from the range, are we going to go and test the highs, which ultimately we did do? But as a trader, as an intraday trader, how could you have maybe anticipated this range holding? And whether you were short or looking to get long, how could you have known or at least had some additional information that this was a major low for the session? One way to evaluate this, and just as always, these are just data points that you can consider for your trading, is by watching bonds. Currently, with some of the sectors that we've evaluated, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to the same moving average studies. The chart styles are slightly different. Similar to these other sectors, the bond market is providing a lot of uncertainty inside of things like financials, industrials, economically sensitive industries and sectors. Whenever the marketplace is rallying in bonds, usually those sectors are not going to perform very well. However, when it comes to intraday reactions and the fact that the bond market has been in a trend, but short term was trying to break out from a previous daily high, as we came into these levels, we saw the bond market hesitate slightly. This occurred at about 9:10 in the morning session. So we had a pause at a previous swing high. Marketplace at the same time was at the lows. So we're seeing that inverse correlation, at least in the intraday, showing that if the marketplace wants to go lower, we would expect to see the bonds continue on their trend and potentially breaking out. Now, intraday, whenever we see these reactionary points, we can sort of start to look at where we are in the market and say, do we want to be aggressive? Do we want to start a position in anticipation for the range to hold? Let me pull this back to where you can actually see the range. Are we going to expect this range to hold? Well, the bond market is saying that it's at a critical resistance. The S&P is at critical support. And what are the sectors doing at the same time? Well, XLV at the same time is rallying. In fact, it's not even in any threat of breaking down or even trending lower on the session. So one of our major sectors is strong. XLK at the lows, at that critical juncture. But ultimately, in the same fashion as the market, very strong bounce once we start to see this bottoming action occur and this topping action in bonds. So XLK, not necessarily strong, but not breaking down. And then finally, our third sector, XLF, the one that essentially is being respected the most with the bond movement. Lots of downside, all of a sudden stopping on a dime and seeing a reversal structure. Now, regardless of if you're an aggressive or trader, someone who likes to buy support zones with the right confirmation, or if you like to see sort of double bottom, testing a low and not seeing additional downside, the marketplace is giving us some clear signals here that a low is trying to be set. And what we need for the market to do is essentially have all sectors pointed in the same direction for that to hold. We saw tech have a nice reactionary bounce. It did eventually test that level, but it did not go lower. Financials did a complete V reversal on the day, and that's with the context of the bonds fading from resistance. And then healthcare was at no point threatening to be in a downtrend. It essentially trended all day to the upside. Very strong move overall. So when you're trading intraday, and when we look at all of these higher level analysis data points, think about how to incorporate this into your intraday trading. And when the market is at these critical junctures, you can look across the board and say, are we really selling today, or are things just testing support levels? Are we coming into critical junctures and yet the sellers are starting to give up? If that does occur, then oftentimes the market will recognize this very quickly, and we get these strong sort of, I would say, short covering rallies and oftentimes strong momentum moves back to test previous resistance zones or previous highs, essentially changing the tone of the morning trend. This isn't always the case. This isn't always, if this happens, then the market will do this. But when you're looking across the board and when you see the market at these critical levels, you can pause and say, do I want to get aggressive here and buy this dip? Do I want to anticipate this low holding just because I have one data point from before? Well, sectors are saying that the answer is yes. Bonds are hesitating, and the bond market moving higher has been putting pressure on the S&P. If the bonds are hesitating, financials are reversing, healthcare is strong, and technology is essentially bouncing, although testing later in the session, what's the issue with the market going higher? So ask these questions throughout your intraday trading. If you're using the S&P as sort of a gauge, and if you're trading a stock that is sensitive to the market, these can be those moments in time where you get really excellent risk to reward. And not only is this a great range to trade, but it's also one that has nice confirmation throughout. We saw a lot of breadth return to the market. All of our economically sensitive industries and sectors had a nice rally on the day, and the rest of our large market cap names also recovered after a bit of morning sell-off back to test support. So some things to keep in mind, some things that I noticed intraday wasn't necessarily on my radar until I saw the bond market. And at that point, I was able to quickly gauge that everything really wasn't as weak as the market was trying to display, quote unquote. Just because we had selling doesn't mean that that selling can't be easily countered by buying. So something to think about. Once again, hopefully a way to add to your intraday trading criteria. And with markets in a range, this often can become sort of your trade book for the time being until we break out or break down. Ultimately, these highs and lows are going to be important moving forward, and we'll kind of see if we can get through the highs at this point. Obviously, bond market this morning showing that breakout potential. So we may get, once again, volatility to the upside and a little bit of pressure to our sensitive markets. So with that said, I'm Jared. Short session today, but I think I got what I wanted in. So not too bad overall. Y'all trade safe today and stay tuned for pre-market prep. We'll talk more tomorrow.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Hoping you got some good rest
Uh,
last night.
I got a little. I'm a little bit better rested. I won't say that
Yes.
I'm especially spry, but I'm better than I was. So thank you.
Absolutely. As we get older, the biggest issue is recovery. The recovery time is not the same, man. Remember when we were
Yeah.
20s, 21, up all
Oh
night, 5
man.
a.m. at the
Oh
bar,
yeah.
go to
Yeah.
work at 9 a.m., full workout, and then go to the bar to talk about the night before, how great it was. No problem. Do that now, man. You'll be in a coma for 3, 4 days. So, all right,
Yeah.
guys, let's get to it here. Let's start with our gappers list. We talked a little bit about this earlier. We have a lot on both sides of the field here. Some that were very active yesterday, like Hood on here, up 15% this morning. We'll see where that's sitting. Price at 54. Just madness. This thing opened up, what, at 34, 30-ish yesterday. We'll take a look at that. And then some other ones here. XPEV, we got a few that we've seen in the past that are becoming a little bit active this morning. So we'll take a look what's happening there. Taking a look yesterday's lineup, we had let's start with Neo. Neo was just amazing. Here's what I had my one and done yesterday. And again, just continues to trade very, very well. Beautiful drop here. A lot of us took this one short all the way down to this level. We had this 43.80, hits it right to the penny, and then gives you a couple of pullbacks on the way down here for you to re-enter. Maybe add on here and take advantage of that move. Does bounce back right to the VWAP. Then here on just doesn't do a whole lot, just kind of chops around. But the move right here, first move on the way down, was pretty clean. And then it cannot say enough about AMD, guys. Continues to just crush it. We talked about AMD, right? Waiting that first, even up to half an hour on AMD. To settle down, right? Because there's a lot of volume going through it right now. You kind of get this choppiness. This one lasted a little bit longer. In the past, it's been a little bit less time. It's done usually by 10. But here, beautiful takeoff after 10 o'clock, guys. Hitting this 107.66 daily level we had. That becomes the low of yesterday. And from there, hits the VWAP, and just look how beautiful this thing continues to trade. Breaks the high of the day there. Continuation, no retest of the high of the day. It just keeps going. You do get a little bit of consolidation here, but it holds on to this 9 moving average. Just lovely. Here's a nice retest of that one, and boom, again, just shoots up. So AMD, just incredible. Hitting 115 is your all-time high right now. Looks like 115 on the dot. Again, just incredible. So definitely we'll be watching this one today. We also had UAL, which was a little bit disappointing yesterday. Didn't do a whole lot, was very choppy at the start. Did eventually break out of this 22.25, but man, it didn't do it very clean. And that's okay. We expected that out of UAL because it tends to be a stock that does not trade very well. Here's Baba. You know what? I didn't really pay attention to Baba. I was too busy with Neo, AMD, and UAL watching those. And it didn't look great right now. Looking at it now, it looks like every candle is just overlapping the previous one. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was a whole lot of fun here. Pre-market was more exciting than the market open on this one. AMC, I did take a look at later in the day, and it was just pure garbage, guys. Just again, continues to chop around. Look at this chart here. Just not doing anything, right? So not really in play. Again, just very bad trading yesterday on AMC there. And the only way to trade this, and I think someone mentioned it, was if you're taking very quick scalps, right? So keep in mind when I'm saying it was bad. It also depends on your trading style. For someone else, this could have been the perfect day for them. They're scalping here, getting back in, scalping again, scalping on the way back down. So, don't take that too literal. It all depends on your style of trading, right? Someone else's trash can be someone else's gold, right? So, with that said, let's see what we have as far as news coming out for today.
Uh, yes. So I don't know why that says factory orders. That is wrong. That was the ADP employment report that came out at 8:15. It was a lot worse than expected, but hasn't really done anything with the. Well, my chart is not updated here, so I apologize. Let me look here. I have SPY charts that are it's not really doing anything, nothing special. So it really hadn't moved things, and then we got market PM services PMI and ISM services index at 10. So we'll see how that goes. We middle of earnings season, kind of a sleepy Sleepy August as usual. We were blessed last year to have some volatility, but it's not very high right now. Just kind of bouncing around with low volumes. That having been said, I'm curious to see what happens with the travel sector. Of course, I'm sure everybody's seen in the news all these flights getting canceled, and of course we've got COVID talk again, and cities changing policies. I know up there in New York, what now you have to have some vaccine passport or something along those lines. So
yeah. It's definitely getting interesting. They're even talking about making any government employees, right? If you go for the government to get vaccinated, forcefully. And they're trying to push that into private companies too. And we'll see how that goes. So definitely interesting time, guys. And again, the more talks about this in a negative light, the more scare factor you start getting here. So that's what we're looking at American Airlines today, and you see down 1.8. We'll see where this is going to go today. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's remove our list here from yesterday. Control X. There we go. And now we'll start here with Hood. So Hood yesterday, guys, low flow. Well, it's not a low flow stock. It's 424. But again, it trades like a low flow. It trades like a 2.1 million flow stock, right? This thing is sitting at 424. It was up nicely yesterday. This morning now is up another 15%. So definitely in play. 5.8 million shares traded so far. Yeah, definitely play. I'm gonna put this down on the low flow pile. It's not a low flow, but the risk, you have to be very careful on getting into this trade here. So we'll put that on here. Very active this morning, and again, just so we can make sure that we got to be careful with that one. RLX today, they are up 11.3, 1.4 million shares traded. I think we might have seen this one in the past. I don't think it's a great trading stock, if I'm remembering correctly. Right now, they got a okay pre-market action, could be better. They're daily seeing some nice bouncing action here off this nice support area that they built over the last couple of days. So that could be interesting. Short flow interest, no high short interest there neither. We'll see. Maybe a possible. It is a massive float though, 953 million. So usually as you get into those numbers, they don't trade very well. I think this might be one of them. We'll see. ATBI is one that we traded quite a bit a couple of years ago when it was very, very active and in play. Today they're up 6.2, and I know there's been some stuff going on with the gaming here. They've been taking a nice hit. They're getting some kind of relief this morning.
They had earnings. They had earnings last night.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So earnings looking good for these guys today. So right now, pre-market looks good. I think it's worth keeping an eye on this one, guys. ATBI. It can trade a little bit funky at times. We've seen this before with earnings, and also when I think they had come out, or their partners came out with a new game that time. I remember knowing we were trading this quite a bit. So it could be difficult at times, but definitely it looks like it is in play today. BNTX, I don't like this stock at all, guys. I don't like the way it trades. I don't like the price action, so I'm not going to add it to my list. If you have success with this one, you can definitely put it on yours, but for intraday trading, I just don't like the way this thing moves at all. WF this morning, not much going on here. You got 187, but that volume is not really traded. It's one candle here, so I won't count that as good pre-market action at all, and the daily's even worse, so we'll move on here. BT this morning is up 2.7. Not really anything exciting. I don't think this is in play. This is a Bitcoin, right? Let's see if Mara is doing anything better. Mara this morning, yeah, no, I don't think they're really doing much right now. Just kind of consolidating. BT is up 2.8, but again, their pre-market action and everything else is not looking great. MGM this morning up 2.8, 254,000. So yeah, they got some volume here, but their daily is just, it's not good at all. It's very bad at the moment. Pre-market action could be better. It is a nicey stock, so it can get going. I'm not sure if they have any news, guys, that can make this interesting.
Well, they got earnings tonight, but I think they're moving on Caesars. Caesars reported last night, and I think they're moving sentiment with that ahead of their earnings. So,
gotcha. So
Nathan with the bomb over there. Thank you, Nathan.
Oh, Nathan,
just a reminder: any of the super chat revenue for this month is going to autism research. So
yes.
And I'm going to have the July total. I apologize. I'm waiting for our graphic designer to get a logo for me. I'm going to put a slide together. We'll have it in announcements, and I'll show you what the total is that we're donating from July. Any day now. Don't have it yet, but this month any of that is going to autism research. Last month was mental health.
Absolutely. And thank you to Daniel as well for the donation earlier this morning for the nice super chat there, $5 bomb. Thank you guys. Appreciate you very much for those donations. Again, going for a great cause here as we get these donations going. All right. We'll stop here. Oh, XPEP is good. This popped up quite a bit here. They're up 2.4, giving some back this morning, 371. Could be interesting. I might watch this one. Maybe I'll put it as a possible XPEP. Here we go. XPEP, because I do like NEO better. I know NEO is not on this list, but NEO has been trading so well for me. I'm going to add this to my list today again. They got some okay volume, 480. Don't look really in play. It might be a possible for today. Gapping down, we have ZY, and this is, whoa, this is down 70.
Whoa.
Oh, man. Wait, didn't we see this yesterday? We talked about this one yesterday or the day before.
No, I think
ZY,
that was different.
maybe it was a different.
No, that was. I think that was ZI.
ZI. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yes, it's not ZY. But look at this one here, guys. Down 76% this morning. 2 million shares traded. I mean, this thing's just taking a massive hit. Float on this is 56. Definitely in play, guys. We just have to see how well this thing trades. In the past, you can see here it doesn't trade very well. Definitely some good volume yesterday compared to what it normally does. So some people knew something was happening, and it's definitely happening right now. So they're down 76% on
It's
ZY.
been hit with a slew of downgrades this morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
ouch.
Yeah. So
that is tough. We'll put that one on there. Again, I don't recall ever trading this stock or looking at it. We'll have to see how it trades. But everything else right now, the downgrade, the drop here, 76%, the 2 million shares traded, and the pre-market action are all looking pretty decent, except for the daily. FLGC, again, another one that I don't really like the way it trades. This one is down 12%, 176,000. Let's see how it traded yesterday, right? We always take this on off the list. Did not look bad at all, actually. Looking at it after the fact, right, without knowing how the price action was. The one thing I do see the volume very light until later in the day. Here, you can see how nicer this gets, right, because it has a lot more volume. You can see how beautiful those candles are. In here, that could have been a real tough price action to trade. Maybe a possible, guys. We'll come back to it. FLGC. LM, this one is again less than 1 million shares flow. This thing got halted a couple of times yesterday. Again, I'm not messing with this. Look at this daily. Look at what it did yesterday. It's just messy. We don't have shares for sure on this. I'm not gonna be playing around with this stock. MVST this morning, they are not looking good in the pre-market. Daily is not looking all that great neither. We'll skip on these guys for now. MOXC. 11.8 million shares flow. So again, another low flow here that's not looking great neither. Pre-market action is not nice. It needs to get better. And also the daily is not looking great neither. So CVS normally doesn't trade all that well. Today they're moving more than usual in the pre-market, down 3.8. Do we have any catalysts on these guys this morning? CVS, maybe.
Yeah, they had earnings this morning. I have not dug into that.
Okay. We'll put them on here, guys, and let's get more information on it. But again, CVS could be, even with earnings at times, could be so tough to trade.
Yeah.
We'll do one more here. EJH. This one is a 6.7 million shares float. No, I'm not seeing anything great. This is not a good low float to have on our list today. All right, we'll stop here. Norm, anything you like on your end?
Uber and Lyft. Lyft reported last night. Uber reports tonight. They're flat right now. I think Uber's the better of the two. Here's my caveat to that. Uber usually trades intraday like garbage. So who knows? Of course, we can't forget about AMD. It's just been nuts recently. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's what I've got for this morning. And then I'm sure the room will have a bunch of stuff.
Absolutely.
GM, Alfredo, you got it. I was going to mention that.
Which one?
GM. But it's on the gap down list, so I don't know if you already did that.
Oh, I didn't get all the way down there. I missed it. Yeah, I didn't get all the way down there. So they were even lower because CVS was up here. So they're starting to come up a little bit here. So yeah, we'll add GM here. We'll take a closer look at that one. So why did we move Hood down to the bottom here? So this bottom area, I usually save it for low flow stocks or riskier stocks. So yes, Hood is not a low flow stock, guys, but you have to treat it like one. I mean, the way this thing is moving through prices, man, in everything else, you got to be very, very careful on this thing. We do not have shares for sure, so I don't like that there neither. But again, anything down here is mainly is going to be taken for low floats, but anything that's higher risk, and I consider this stock here, the way it's moving, a very high risk stock, right? So I want to make sure that if I'm going to be look at this one and take a trade, that my sizing is very, very small or adequate for the move, right? For what I'm looking to do to manage my risk correctly. All right, let's start here with you guys. Let's move this over a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's start with Mago. Mago, you're giving us BYSI. What's going on with BYSI? All right, we got some action here. Up 200, only 289%. This morning, 6.7 million shares traded. What is the float on this bad boy? BYSI. We are looking at 21 million shares float. Guys, very, very careful with this thing. This thing is definitely moving quite a bit. Spread is not great in the pre-market right now. I'm seeing 30 cents plus on this thing. So, and also very light between the prices, right? Norm always talks about this, right? Yeah, you have to also look at the chain of prices here. Sometimes you have a couple of shares here and then you drop $1. So if you're 3 seconds wrong timing on that button and those orders get filled and you're getting here filled at 37.59, you're not going to be a happy person. So be very careful on doing that, especially after the market opens. In the pre-market, you have to do a limit order, so you kind of can control that a little bit more. But even then, just be very careful that those prices can drop very aggressive. You might be right on the entire move. Your process might be right, but you might not just be able to survive the pullback, right? That's the thing. So this was moving very well this morning, very active. Again,
as you were talking about how that was, it was bouncing between 37.50ish and well, how about 37.10ish now and
Right.
38.20. So
yeah, it's really one of those stocks that is nerve-wracking to trade. Either you trade it with really, really small size, and then it becomes the point, okay, what's the point of even trading it, right?
or no size.
Or you don't trade it. So it's like, I just rather watch something else like that. The risk can be a lot easier, and that can actually take a good amount of size, right? So we'll put that on there. We'll see what's going on. Very active this morning. Again, be very, very careful with this. A firm. This one's been on our radars quite a bit, especially recently. It is not a great intraday trading stock, though. I looked at it a couple of days ago as well. Doesn't trade very well in the intraday. This could be one of those stocks that just might be good for swing. I know there's been on the news quite a bit here, but as far as intrading, I don't see it to be a great ticker. So I'm gonna skip on it. AI for now. Hood is on there. AMC, let me see AMC, what we got going on there. AMC is moving today. Yes, good bounce in the pre-market right now, trying to get into the green area. Yeah, this looks good. AMC is in play today. Yeah, it wasn't yesterday, I'll tell you that much. It was not looking good. Today's looking a whole lot better there in the pre-market. Have Derek, AMC is good. Thank you for that. Heading on down, what else we see here? AMC is good. AMC, yep, I got that. A firm, that's good too. Baba, let's take a look at Baba this morning. They didn't do well yesterday. Today they are, I think they're just going to chop around here, guys. I don't see anything overly exciting in the pre-market, in the daily neither. You're kind of just getting into this point here. Maybe if we can get a breakout, some kind of news, we'll see how the Chinese news continues to break out here and affect these stocks. I don't see anything good right now. They got some okay volume, but outside of that, I'm not seeing anything that looks ratherly better this morning or exciting. Ford, again, this is algo land here. Ford is just brutal. If you remember, there was one time I took a trade. I had a hotkey mistake on Ford, and I was holding a couple of units, and I was like, I'm not going to worry about it. It just didn't move. It just did not move, and it was in play that day. They had news, and it was just like, we moved 15 cents in the last 3 hours. It's bad. It's bad. So
it reminds me of Austin Powers being chased by the steamroller.
that is Ford trying to find your target. I mean, it just takes forever. Let's look at MU, guys. I see that one being thrown out here. MU, it was good yesterday. Looks like nice little breakout there. Checking the oh yeah, real nice. But again, if you had AMD, you were not paying attention to this, and you probably had AMD. And that's what I'm going to keep today, guys. I'm going to keep AMD on deck. MU's got It's got a little bit of volume, but not really an exciting pre-market action. I think AMD's where the action is at right now for these. UAA was so bad yesterday. I don't know if we're going to get anything good today, guys. I mean, it was just not great, you know. So BA, let's take a look at that one. We'll do a few more, then we'll check over on YouTube. Wow, BA had a good day yesterday. Had a nice day. Did not hit any of my scanners here, at least I missed it. Possible continuation today, but I don't see, you know, you're stuck between a lot of consolidation area. This came out of nowhere, looks like, because they dropped so much, right? They opened up, dropped this much, and came back up. I'm not sure if you're going to get that type of action today. Outside of that, if it was not for this here, for this comeback, it's just chopping around, really. And the pre-market is not showing me anything otherwise here. So maybe a possible. We'll take a look if that gets any better. All right, guys, let's stop here. We have, I know, quite a bit here. Let's take a look
Before we do that, go back to BYSI and we'll just prove the point of why you don't want to touch
what are we doing here? Oh, my.
Within about 2 minutes of when you said that, it dropped $5 or $6.
No, that is, guys, this is madness. I'm going to take this off my list. I mean, I don't even want to condone this type of trading. This is just ridiculous. Let's take that off. I mean, I think it was up 290s, now down to only up 240.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a nice short in there, then you might have made some money. Of course, if you got the pop earlier, you might have as well. But that having been said, it just moves like crazy. Risky, so you got to be very, 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 very careful.
Again, it's just, I don't think it's really worth our time. I mean, that depends how you trade, but I'm taking that off. All right, let's go over to our YouTube chat. We have CCL. We have AMC already. CCL this morning. Yeah, and you know, Norm talked about the travel companies a little bit here. I'm actually going to add American Airlines, and I'm going to ask CCL just to have them on there. They're not really looking all that great right now, although American Airlines is starting to get a little bit of volume here. They're down 2%. They are hitting some levels of support that we've been in the past. We lost this level of support once again here. So let's see where this goes. We got some good couple of levels down there, and the CCL, again, the volume is a little bit lighter than what we like to see, but with the news that's coming out now, I want to see where this thing is going to go today. So we'll keep those on there this morning. UAL, again, I didn't like UAL yesterday. I'm not going to add it on my list today. I think we can find something a little bit better. Heading back up, PFE, I see that on both chats here. PFE Jad and also Corey over on YouTube are giving that. PFE right now up slightly, 0.5%, 725,000 shares traded. Had a good day yesterday. It looks like these guys are ripping it here. But I personally do not like the way this one trades in the intraday. I think the price action is a little bit funky. So that's why I really keep it off my list. But again, they're just insane. They're insane right now. I'm going to put it on here. Don't worry, guys. I know this list looks very long. There's a lot of crap on here that we're going to take off very, very fast. Just want to see if by the time we get to it, after Norm goes through his announcements, community events, if anything looks a little bit better. And we'll go to that right now.
All right, guys. Peter's webinar will be posted soon if it's not already. And then tonight, 8 p.m., you're going to have Dr. Kenneth Reed talking about, from part of his Mastermind Pro course, talking about trading the open, but not the opening range. So check that out tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Next week, you're going to have Mike talking about the importance of discipline in trading. If you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade of the day, post it on Twitter, tagging at BearbullTraders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use the hashtags BBT Family. Day trading and stock market will announce the winner each day on Twitter and in the room, and then the team will vote on all the trades of the day over the weekend, and that'll be announced on the following Monday. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, you'd like to give it a shot, use the promo code PREMARKET24. It'll get you a discount off the intro membership, which is 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room. Doesn't auto-renew or turn into another kind of membership. Just cancels itself. Then you have to go choose to become a member if you'd like to. Also, I know a couple of people have asked about this. For an annual membership, if you'd like to, you can use the promo code SUMMER40. That'll get you 40% off the Elite annual membership, and that Elite membership gives you access to all of the great webinars and content that we have.
All right, thank you very much for that, guys. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's see what we have here. Let's start with our main list. So we have ATVI this morning up here. They are looking decent. Pre-market action is okay. I do like the pop this morning. They've been beat down quite a bit, so hopefully there's some there's some relief happening for them here that's going to create a nice little pop for us. So we'll keep that one on there. I do like NEO, guys. It's been trading so well the last couple of days. So we'll keep that one on there. CY, this thing is down 76%. I'm hoping we can get some kind of good pre-market action. Usually when we see something like this, you know, the great action is in the pre-market, and then you start getting chopped after the open. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Don't have shorts on it.
What a bummer. All right, so that kills it right there for sure. It's going to come off my main list. I might not delete it completely, but it's definitely coming off my main list. Thank you, Norm. Did not notice that. I like to have stocks I can, you know, trade both ways here. It just makes it easier to not have a bias, because trust me, the mind will look for what you want it to look if you push hard enough. If you think it's there, it's really not. Uber is good. I like the way it's moving there, so we'll keep on that one. AMD's nice, guys. Can we hit that 115 again today? Looks like we might be able to. Volume is amazing, and we're crushing towards the pre-market highs right now at 113.95. So let's see what happens there. GM normally not a good trader, but today might be a difference in GM's action, because they are moving rather nice in the pre-market. Some very good volume, down 4%. We got some levels down here that we can get to as well, so we'll definitely keep that one on deck. And AMC in play. Guys, I think our main list covers it. I don't think we need to add anything else. Looking pretty good there. Let's just fine tune our secondary list. ZY is a little handicap there. PFE, I'm going to take off because, again, I just don't trade that very well. American Airlines, I'm going to keep here. FLGC. This could be a hit or miss. I have not traded this yet, even through all this action that's been going through here. So again, I haven't found a good trade on this one, or at least I haven't looked hard enough to, maybe something else was looking better at the time. We'll see. XPEF looks good. We have NEO on main deck, but XPEF also in play. Have this nice gap up, looking to slam down. Looks like RLX. Man, look at this drop here. We do have shares for sure. And this is the big float, right? This is like the huge RLX. This is the one that's a 952 million flow. So moving rather wild right now. Let's keep it on here. Let's see where that goes. CVS, man, Salata's looking okay. Our secondary is going to be hard to fine tune here. CVS is getting some movement here, so that looks good. They have news as well. Lyft, you know what? I'm going to keep Uber. We'll keep Uber. I'm going to get rid of Lyft, just not to have too many, but we'll have Lyft in mind as well. BA is decent as well. A little bit light on the volume, so I'm going to be picky and remove this one. That could get nice today, though, if it trade like it did yesterday. CCL, I like to keep an eye on the travel sector here with American Airlines and CCL and see how that's going to react. And we have Hood down here, which is not a low flow stock, but very risky. Not as risky as that other stuff we were watching. I forgot the ticker name already, which is probably a good thing. But this is a very, very active. You got to be careful with the number of shares you take on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that does it for us there. Let's get some levels in here, guys. ATVI, if it doesn't start getting really good towards the market open, we can replace it with something else, maybe like a XBEV or something, or RLX. This thing just continues to drop here. Might not be nothing left by the time we get to it in the market open. This thing is just, it was green. It was nice and green. Now it's down 1%. So interesting. ATVI, let's do some levels here. Towards the bottom, I'm going to mark down the low of the pre-market down here, guys. 83.51 towards the top. Our pre-market highs right now is being created, so I'll wait on that for a little bit. But here we do have a daily level at 85.23. So our pre-market high is sitting at 85. I'm gonna mark this one down here because it looks like we might be trying to test the pre-market high right now. So we're creating just a new one right there. Towards the top, we do have the next daily 87.25. So rather large gap here as far as the daily levels goes. Let's go to the left, see if we find something right in between this area. So I'm trying to see if we have something on the daily. We have not been down here in quite some time. We're going back to December 2020, slamming in here, and we'll see. This is again minor support resistance, nothing major. 85, 90, might as well make 86, right? That whole dollar number probably is going to make more sense. We'll bring this up to 86 right there. Again, minor area, not a major level like the ones we have right on here towards the bottom, especially getting a nice support reaction down there. So that is ATVI. Pre-market action is okay. It's not great, and we've seen ATVI not put in a great pre-market action. It still trade very, very well. Here is NEO. This morning, again, we'll remove some of these levels as this 83.40 is now the low of 2 days ago right on there. That's marked for you already. Towards the top, guys, we have the highs and lows from the last two trading. This is doing a pretty good job as far as levels. highs and lows. The pre-market highs pretty much the high from yesterday, so that's okay there. Previous day close, we got some more levels down here as well. I don't think you need to add anything on NEO, guys. I mean, this looks really good right now, and if we break out of this range, the bigger range, the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, then we could look for more levels. But right now, I think we're pretty much set on NEO there. Here's Uber. Uber is looking nice this morning. Some decent volume dropping down. Yesterday they had a nice. Looks like they had a great day yesterday, man. Nice drop. Look at this, man. We miss Uber. I missed Uber. Nice drop yesterday. Good recovery, man. It was in play all day. Hopefully we can get some action like that today. Looking at it in the daily. Do we have anything below this previous day close? We have not been here in quite some time. Going back to November, October timeframe 2020. We're going to zoom in here and see, do we have anything in between here below the price action? No, not really. Not really. Our price action is right on there. You really have nothing under that besides this one on here, right? It's not really anything clean. So this is what we'll do. We'll slime in here and we'll pick something from yesterday's action. You can see areas of great support yesterday right on here, right? This 41.91 was a good one. And over to the top, you had another one. This is a nice one as well. Look at the resistance you had there on the way back up. And then that becomes support before you had this beautiful takeoff into the market close. So 42.22, I'm going to have both of those on there. I think those could be good levels for today if we do decide to slam down. So that is a Uber. AMD, guys, I don't think we need to add anything on AMD. If we remove our levels, let's do that there. Our highs and lows from the last 2 trading days right on here, just doing all the work for us this morning. High of the pre-market is being created right now, but I'm going to keep this one. What is the all-time highs here? 114, 114.90, 89 maybe. So we'll see. Looks like we're going for that right now, guys. AMD is just insane. Look at the last couple of days. Nothing but green in the screen here for AMD. Beautiful. GM this morning, guys, will remove some of these older levels. Right now, low of the pre-market sitting at 55.32 towards the bottom. This daily is not great. Let's see if we can find some good levels here. This is a good one, 54.18. You got some days kind of slamming into that. You got a beautiful bounce off that at 54. I'm sorry, 54.18, not 53, 54.18. Got a nice bounce off of that as well there. And you have another one right on here. This one is actually a good one as well, 54.80. Couple of days slamming into that and bouncing off of that, finding support. That is good as well. So that's towards the bottom. You're pretty much set. Towards the top, above the price action on the daily, we have another great level here. There are a lot of touches here at 55.91. You got a couple of days using that as resistance there, and then slightly above that you have all the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. Previous day close, just a tons of levels on here, so a lot of congestion on the way up if we do decide to go there. But right now, pre-market action looking very nice. 1.6 million shares traded. We are down 4.1 on this thing and crashing, so we'll see. This is looking very good today. AMC in play, guys. Great value, 1.7. Look at this beautiful pre-market action you're getting here, right? And when I say beautiful, just look how this thing is trading. Look at the range that it's giving you. Look how nice the candles are forming. You're not getting these little small candles with all these wicks here. I don't like that. See, I like this. This is nice. This is nice. So when you see us say ugly pre-market action, beautiful pre-market action, this is a beautiful pre-market action here. And you got everything. You got the volume. You got a lot of levels on the daily here for support and resistance. Looking good for today. So hopefully we can get some good trading out of this one. 31.18, great level of support towards the bottom here back on the 19th of last month. Pre-market low is a little bit lower than yesterday's low. We are sitting at 32.25. So this is good right there. Nice double bottom off of that and then a takeoff here. Trying to get green this morning there. So towards the top, guys, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. And in between here, we got a nice little gap between 35 and the price action right now, which is at your previous day close, 33.59. What can we find here? Maybe right on here, 34.40. 34.40 seems to have just this day here support, and this day kind of closing in around that area. So again, a minor level of support. Don't put too much weight on it. Your highs and lows from the last 2 trading days are going to be big, and also this previous day close line is going to be important as well, as we're struggling to stay above it now. So okay, looking very good this morning, guys. I like what I have here. A couple of these looking very good, like AMD, man. AMD is nice. AMC is setting up lovely today as well. I think we have a good list, better than yesterday for sure. We'll give a little more time for our moderators to get our list there going. I only have 2, Dima and Peter. So we'll wait for a little more. Actually, Peter's just providing our IPOs for today, so we'll look at that in a sec. Anything else that we might have missed, guys, that looks better? It has to look better than what we have on this list, right? So it has got to look better than, than AMD. It's got to look better than GM, better than AMC, which is going to be tough to look better than AMD and AMC. Neo's got a nice drop here going. They're picking up volume. That is nice. You can find out that looks better than ATVI, actually. ATVI doesn't look all that great. I do like the gap up this morning of 6.1, but again, we can find something better than that. You thought you heard Neo? Yeah, Neo is on here. Neo is on here. Jake B, you must have logged in a little bit late on BYSI, man. This thing is dangerous. It's just, again, I don't know how you will manage your risk on this, right? As I mentioned earlier. So this thing is very. This thing was up 290 here, and it dropped like $4 in a matter of seconds, right? It was like a minute when I was actually talking about it. So just be careful with this. I don't know how you would trade this. Again, if I were to trade this, I'm going to take such a small size that it's not even worth it. I'd rather go trade something I can put on a decent amount of size and manage my risk.
We had some members saying they're short fairly well above 40, which they're in a nice spot.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, that is amazing. If you're short here, good for you. Just, again, follow that trade management plan. That's all I'm going to say. Follow your trade management plan, whatever that is. Make sure you follow that, and don't get greedy on it. Okay. But yeah, this thing, guys, definitely in play. For me, I'm just gonna stay away from it. It's just, again, it's all about managing risk, right? It's never about how much money you can make. It's about how much do you need to risk. And if you're risking, your shirt of your back, is it worth it, right? So careful. Always think about how much you're risking. That's the priority, number one thing when it comes to trading. It's risk management. All right, guys, I think we have a good list. Let's go over to what we have in our moderators lineup. Let me resize this here, and we'll bring this over. Here we go. Okay, perfect. As I'm doing this, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We highly appreciate your support that way.
Yeah,
also,
help.
thank you. It does help a ton. You'll be surprised how much that helps our channel there. Also, thank you to Nathan and Daniel for this morning's super chat donations that are going to be going to our charity of the month. So thank you for that very much. We'll have a slide in a couple of days here to show you guys how we stand, what we did last month. We'll keep everything very transparent here. Here's Dima, her list this morning.
Don't forget, you're going to empty Andrew's wallet. He's going to match it dollar for dollar.
That's right. That is very important. Forgot that. Every dollar you guys donate, Andrew's gonna match. So let's give him a hard time for this month. Dima here, she is looking at ATV, Neo, AMD, and Apple. Good list there. Anticipated IPOs for today, and also some SPACs coming out. There's a Peter's list. You could take a look at that. Tiffany, very tight list this morning. AMC and AMD both looking dynamic this morning. They're looking great. Peter's looking at AMD, which I'm sure he's having a whole lot of fun with that. AMC, Hood, and secondary list GM, Oxy, and CVS on his list this morning. And I think the rest of the monitors are putting their list together. Norm, anything you seen that might not be on our list this morning that you like?
No, nothing we haven't gone over.
Okay, sweet. Thor's coming in with his list. He likes AMD, Neo, Apple, and Microsoft. Microsoft has been very active the last couple of days. He had an amazing short yesterday too when trading live on Microsoft, I believe, or he left the Microsoft on as a short. Can't remember, but good list there. And guys, give that thumbs up. Brian and Thor will be trading live this morning right after this, so they'll be setting up shortly and joining us in just a sec here. So all right, thank you, Cesar L. Thank you so much for the super chat with the $5 there. Appreciate it very much. That's gonna go a long way, guys, as we continue to rack up.
If you missed it in the announcement, this month is going to autism research. Last month's super chat donations and their matches. Don't forget their matches by Andrew going to mental health charity. We'll announce the names of those charities with this when I get the slide.
Yes, we'll have that
about
very
that
soon.
a little bit.
Yes, people love their visuals, man.
I know.
So thank you, Cesar, for that. Appreciate it very much there. All right, Jairus coming in with his list. He likes AMC, AMD, ATVI, and GM this morning. Again, AMC and AMD really good stuff. AMC looking nice right now, guys. Trying to stay in the green this morning, getting back in above that previous day close line there. So volume is looking very good. Okay, excellent. What do we have here? We are all right. Brian is coming on. Thor is coming on, and we'll get rocking and rolling, guys. Guys, remember over on YouTube, it is delayed a little bit. Not like in our chat room. Our chat room is live exactly to the second, but on YouTube, it is delayed for a couple of seconds. So when people are calling out trades, be mindful that you are getting a delay fee. Not our not our fault, but it's just the way YouTube works. That it slows down a little bit to get to you guys. So be mindful of that. I see
Absolutely.
a few people throwing out NVAX with exclamation points and tagging me and all of that. Oh yeah, hey, they're making a point today for me to look at this one. NVAX. Yeah,
I'm not
we got
a fan
some
of this
we got
ticker.
some action.
It jumps around like crazy.
Yeah,
But that's it's looking pretty decent though.
yeah, it's got some volume, maybe some kind of news breaking out now. Again, I'm not a fan of this one. It's just like you, Norm. It's got to be careful. It trades funky, and actually not. And the spread actually can be great. Well, that's $2 right there, so that's not great, but it could be good at times. It's just the way the price action moves on these higher price stocks that tend to have this higher or larger spread. The price action for me is not easy to read, right? And that's the thing with these things. And usually when I look down at those type of stocks and I go at the daily, the volume is under 10 million shares. It's lower than what I like to see. Yeah, so there's the news there. European Commission finalizes advanced purchase agreement for up to 200 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine. So that's the news on NVAX pushing it this morning. So add it to your list, guys. If you like that one, I'll keep it off. Unfortunately, yeah, Hockey Dad, exactly. It was a $2 spread there. Now it is pre-market. It is going to get better at the market open, but it's just not for me, right? Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How's everyone doing this morning?
Hey, good morning,
doing
Brian.
good.
Good.
We are going to hop off and we'll let you take over here. Thor should be joining in just a bit as well. Take care, guys. Stay safe.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, and morning, everyone on YouTube. So, I snuck a few shares on Hood. The Hood. I snuck a few shares, held it at the close, and unfortunately, I sold it when it hit $50 last in the after hours, and now I'm wishing I'd held some. So anyway, that's the way she goes. Left some money on the table there.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me, Brian?
I can.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You're trading from a different room.
Yeah, I'm in Orlando. We're doing some SeaWorld stuff while we're out here, Discovery Cove and Aquatica and all that. So I'm in the hotel room.
Cool. Aquatica.
Which actually has pretty good internet.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm just really getting kind of put together. I haven't quite gotten I threw out kind of a tentative list, but I don't know if there's anything that's really jumping out at me as like a real obvious trader right now. Obviously, AMD will probably be really vicious at the open.
Yeah, I think we got Peter will tell you not to trade AMC or AMD at the open. Had some got some UAA. I held some of that overnight too. Probably gonna see what that does. Might sell some right now. Yeah, Robinhood really took off. That's I'm surprised Thor was going through the list. Nobody seemed to be looking at it. I think this is the new meme stock.
Yeah, the only thing I'm not into with Robinhood right now is I don't have short supply yet
Well,
in
that's true.
IB.
Yeah,
So that's about it. But
I'm not thinking this is going to be a
yeah,
short.
I was gonna say, but I don't think you're thinking short. So
No. So we'll see what happens at the open. I suspect it's going to drop a little bit, um, and then we'll see where she goes from there. I suspect it'll pop up. Hmm. Yes, sir.
yeah, Hood yesterday broke out from R4 at like 39.50. I didn't think today we'd be looking at a $55 stock. That's pretty amazing. It's really ran.
See what else have we got here. What do I think about pins? Pins had that earnings report. It's got a massive gap here to fill. Probably going to see some resistance around 65, which is kind of where it broke out from back in June. And then what did it do? Pulled back to 66 here in middle of July. So, yeah, I think it's going to have some work to do to get up to that level. But on the other hand, you do have a low established here of around 56. Didn't they reported, I think they had some pretty disappointing numbers, and yet it's up 8 cents. So go figure. It's the world of opposites. You put
In the
up good
meme world.
numbers, yeah. You put up good numbers, it sells off. You put up bad numbers, and I guess, but I guess it was already. You could always say it was already beaten down. Yeah, they didn't. I mean, they had no earnings. I think the disappointment probably was I think they lowered the number of vehicles that they were going to be delivering, which wasn't huge to begin with anyway. What do we got here? 7 minutes. 7 minutes. All right, let's take a boo here. ATVI is gapping up on. I think it's on earnings, isn't it? But it had a huge sell off. It's gapping up now. It's gapping up on something. I kind of like Sava for a possible rising devil trade, which would be a short at the open after a bit of a pop. Yeah, AMC is looking interesting. Yeah, ATVI is I'm not super keen on. AMC is more interesting. All right, so let's just set things up here. Get things set up on the screen. WHLR looks a little more interesting than BYSI. We do have shares for short on BYSI. Some Norm and Carlos mentioning some people in the room were short at $40. Nice. Already got a $10 move on that.
That'll work.
All right. Okay.
I'd like to see, if we're going to go long in Hood, I'd actually like to see Hood sell off a little bit first. S3 is down near $48, where we have kind of some previous daily action going on. So I think that was a previous day's high right there before it rallied in the after hours. So that might be a good pullback spot to look for a long in. But it would be so hard for me to go long in Hood right now. Just it's probably going to go up. It's got like a target of 65, but I don't know. Seems aggressive.
What are you watching at the open? You said Microsoft, eh?
Yeah, I'll probably keep an eye on like AMD and Microsoft. Especially AMD's been giving some rocket moves in the first couple minutes most of these days. So it's already above VWAP, so I might look for a hard sell back down to VWAP and then try and falling angel this thing maybe if I do an opening trade. If not, I'll probably wait 5 or 10 minutes and let things shake out and be boring. So
yeah. Okay. Pins looks like it's kind of warming up. Yeah, GM could be a rising devil. Did they report? Is that why they're gapping down? Okay. Interesting.
MGM always trades horribly for me though.
Wow. This gappers list got a lot bigger. Three minutes to the open. What's happening with EXPI? Seems to have hit the gappers watch list. A lot of stuff going on here this morning. All of a sudden. Not a lot of volume on EXPI.
Ooh, yuck. ATVI just really had a down candle. Be careful with ATVI for anyone who's interested in playing that one. The spread, looking at the level 2 right now on that, can get very aggressive. It's $80 stock with at least a 25-cent spread, which is pretty aggressive for an $80 stock. But I see ladder breaks where we actually look like we have like a 40-cent to 50-cent drop. So careful with that one.
All right, well, I'm going to be watching Hood. I like BYSI for a short here, or possible short. It's definitely weak. AMC, we'll keep an eye on that.
All right,
UAA is
5
looking
minutes till we
nice.
go live. Good luck, everybody.
What?
Keep it green, y'all.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Got short a little SY or BYSI. Maybe just cover some here. Ooh, good golly, Miss Molly. Just covered some. Just covering some BYSI here. Ooh, it's going to get halted on the way down. Just covering some more. They're still trying to hold it. Look at them nailing that, nailing the ask, trying to keep it from halted. Okay. All right. Well, I'm part way out. Oh, look at the hood go. Okay. Well, I got a decent run on BYSI. Here we go. Just long some of the hood. Just sold some on that pop, 58.40. Here we go. Selling more here. Ooh, got through 59. Jesus, why didn't I hold some? Selling some more. Look at AMC go too. See, we get 60. Here we come. Here we come. I get 60. We get 60. Do I hear 60? There we go. 60. Ah, oh, big pop. Oh, jeez. I just sold some more.
And
Oh
we
my
have 60.
The hood is a beast. I just got a little bit left here. I'm out of the rest. That was it. Jeez, unbelievable. Oh, it looks like it still wants to go. This is going to be like the old days with GME. It's gonna hit 100. She's gonna hit 100. Well, it feels like it's toppy, but I mean, it just you can just with this thing, it's gonna. Who knows? Feels a little toppy now. AMC had a nice little pop there. Pulling back. It's funny watching the feed on this. It's like two people buying one share, 2 shares of hood. Like, what is that? People actually making money buying 2 shares? I guess if it goes
that
up
would be me.
$5.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I guess if it goes up $5, you're good, right?
Hey, Take that $10 and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Look at that. It's going to halt.
I'm got
I
a little
got back.
short going on ATVI from VWAP.
It's funny, Jason. So we got a halt going into Hood.
First partial below the daily level. I'm break even.
I got back in. I got 100 shares just so I could be part of history here. See where it opens up here. SPY is the Qs have actually gone green on the day. AMD is taking off here, Peter. Hopefully you're in that.
There we go.
Here we go. BYSI is open.
Covering some ATVI just above 82.
Covered some more BYSI 24. Oh gosh, this has been a killer day. Wow, this has been a monster day. I'm almost out of BYSI. I don't know what I'm waiting for here. Maybe I should just cover the rest. This 23 level should be some support here, which is what's happening right now. It's kind of where it spiked up at the open and then pulled back and then broke out from, sort of this 2305 level. So this is a sort of predictable bounce. Things are starting to green up here on the I said I would post that master watch list. Let me I'll do that today. I'll do that today after we're finished here at the open. Did anyone else take hold Hood overnight?
I wish I had, but I didn't.
Nice, Alex. Way to go. Yeah, I wish I'd have held more. You know, I looked at that. The way it traded all day, you just knew it was gonna churn and burn, right? Yeah, AMD is ripping it.
Yeah, AMD is just gone.
Oh, Nvidia's back over 200. I think I'm gonna lose my shares. Last couple of weeks, I've been holding Nvidia, but I've been writing calls against it, upside calls. It's worked for about 3 weeks, and
there we go. Big partial on ATVI.
Yeah, I knew eventually I'd lose it. I'd get called away because Nvidia is probably strong. Yeah, GM has been a short from the open. I mean, it did do a little bit of a pop. Where did it get to? High was 55.45. Yeah, that pop right at the open, that came right up to the VWAP by the looks of it. And that would have been your perfect, your ideal entry for your Rising Devil trade. The only reason I stayed away from GM is there were lots of other opportunities, and I just didn't like, I like to stay away from NYSE stocks if I can. And there were just lots of other opportunities, so I just thought I'll just, if there hadn't been Hood and BYSI and AMC, I might have, I probably would have looked at GM. Okay, so we're open again on the Hood.
Look at that thing go out of the halt. My gosh.
Wow, yeah, baby. I just sold some more here.
My gosh, dude. It's going to halt right now. It's at limit up again.
Yeah.
Oh, it held. It pulled back from the halt.
Yeah, I just sold
the order
my
flow
shares.
is just crazy.
I just sold those shares at 72. That's funny.
Halt time. It's not going to survive. Oh, it pulled back. This is so fun to watch. Oh, it held back long enough. It was able to make another leg up. Now it's going to try and hold at 77. They're doing a really good job, actually, at pulling it off the price to try and keep it from halting. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I can see that. You got
Yeah,
it. Nice, nice, Arifs.
Halt. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is a whole different other animal. I mean, this is the Wall Street Bets crowd, and
oh, for sure.
Yeah, this is. I'm a little bit surprised AMC's popping. Just because it's like, it's kind of like this Hood is the new shiny object here that everybody's trading. So I'm kind of surprised AMC has any interest at all. But
someone said shiny. Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Peter. It's like so last week.
There's what I've been up to. While you've been long and everything, I actually shorted ATVI.
Oh, nice.
I just crushed. I'm like 5 hours short on ATVI right now.
Cool. Awesome. No, I short BYSI. That was a nice trade. Anybody still in BYSI? It's short. It is coming up to the 9 moving average on the 2-minute chart right now. So this is typically where you'd want to see a rejection and a head lower. I don't, unfortunately, I didn't keep my shares. I didn't have a lot of shares to begin with on Hood on that, through that first halt. Whoa, my gold trade is doing really well here.
So what are you at for the day right now? You at like 20K already or something? I mean, how far did that go?
It's not. I'm not trading.
Trading Andrew. You didn't leverage
size.
the Lambo on this one.
No, but I'm just I'm sitting. I could call it quits for the rest of the week though. Right now with these 2 trades here.
Yeah, that's how you do it, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just looking here just to see if there's anything else I want to trade. I'm kind of looking at AMC, possible short here. Anything else I make is going to be chicken feed compared to what been made so far.
Yeah, I
AMC's
mean, you hit those moments where it's just you do so
yeah,
good. You're almost like, I don't know if it's going to be worth just the fees to trade more stocks right now.
yeah.
I don't think I'm taking any more. I'm on vacation, and I nailed the ATVI short big time on the pullback to VWAP. So I'm up about 5R on the day myself, going the opposite direction as you.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, well, you know what? Since there's still trading here, I'll take a short on AMC. I'm shorting it at the VWAP basically in the 9 moving average, so I'm looking for a rejection here.
Vincent. Vincent says 20R. Thanks, Hood.
Okay,
My
so
goodness.
I covered some at 34.01. It looks like it's trying to hold 34.
What are you in now, AMC?
Yeah, I just shorted AMC off the VWAP at 34.20.
Nice.
Covered half of it, so I'm just looking if it breaks through the VWAP. Obviously, I'm going to get out of it. I'm probably trading against Jared. That's what I'm guessing.
I like your trade.
Wow.
I like the rejection. It went for R4 where there's 2 daily levels and then rejected off of those. Now move towards VWAP, now under VWAP.
There goes the hood.
I like it.
Yeah, there goes the hood. The hood's going. It's going to $100.
Yeah, and AMC is going the other direction for you.
Yeah, hopefully,
AMC is dropping to 34.
Yeah, I'm holding here. Just if it needs to break this 34 level. Here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go. Here we go.
The time and sales is showing selling, so I think you're good. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Get some.
Covered some here. 33.83.
Good trade, man. When you're hot, you're hot. You got the Midas touch today.
It's like some days you just every trade you touch is like goes against you, and then some days every trade you take is ooh,
Hood the other direction now.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Hood is now paused in the downward direction.
Yeah, this is going to open a lot lower. Oh yes, it covered some more here. 73, 33.73.
Look at that drop.
Okay. All right, GM. Yeah, it was a good, wasn't it? There's only, I mean, this is the way it is. When it rains, it shines. Here we go. Covered some more here. 33.63. I'm out of it. It's gonna.
This is previous day's close right now.
Yeah.
If it loses this is losing previous day's close.
Yeah. Well, and this is why I'm expecting a bounce right here. That's why I got out of the rest of it. It's going to bounce here probably. Could almost take a long here right now. I should have flipped my position when I covered the rest of it. Just expecting a bounce. Here we go. There's your bounce.
Yeah, PDC always holds up well, but there's weight below. So I think it's going to run for the weight. But we shall see.
It's these
hanging a little now.
The 3 levels that the 3 levels that that you got to pay attention to is the high and low of yesterday, the day before, and the close. There's usually areas of support and resistance. And in fact, if you look at AMC, where did it reject from? It rejected right at yesterday's high. almost to the
Yeah,
penny.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was like yesterday and
Nice,
previous day. Or
finish for the day. Yeah.
Jono, what do you got here, buddy?
We
Woo!
had a
Look at
lot of
you,
good
man.
trades today. And look at you and the hoods. Everybody's in the hood. Hopefully everybody left the hood on that drop.
Wow. Renajit posted the book map for AMD in the chat. It is just lit. There is
Okay.
so much liquidity in that
Right.
stock. It's just bright everywhere.
Oh, Master Chief. You were left out of the party. Don't you hate when that happens?
Me too. Me too, man.
You're looking in.
I got left out big time.
You're looking at.
I could not throw in that fast. Like, I was happy to support Brian as his ship went to the moon.
You're on the Uber ride.
Yeah.
Don't you hate it when? Don't you hate it when you're looking in the window and seeing all those people having a good time, and you can't go in? See, look at AMC. It is finding some support here. Looked like it was going to break down through the yesterday's close, but still moving up here. Just looking at, if you looked at yesterday's, it was partly partly just knowing the way the markets have been trading and how people have been going crazy on some stocks, and it just felt like yesterday when I was watching Hood trading into the close with Peter and Mike. It just felt like this was going to be one of those meme stock trades. We mentioned it in the room when we were watching it trading into the last hour of trading. And what a perfect meme stock, and it's all the Robinhood traders. These are the guys that that took AMC up, took GME up. So why not take the hood up?
Yeah, I know. Someone made some money today. I was talking to a guy yesterday when we were checking into the hotel, and I started talking to him because he's holding his phone and he had his Robinhood app open, and it showed what was it, 11K invested, and I looked over at him and I said, "Sorry to eavesdrop on you, but I am. What you got that 11K?" And he said, "I'm holding Hood." So I bet he's pretty stinking happy today because I think he had an
No kidding.
11K position in Hood, and so hopefully he held that thing and just sold it at that thing, and I'm sure that guy's up. Maybe he's got 100K in his account today.
Yeah. So yeah. So sometimes I use limit orders, and sometimes I'll use just market orders. It just depends. Um, I did have the limit order set on this one at for AMC at previous day close because I knew that's where I wanted to cover the rest of it. With Hood, I was just it was trading so fast. I was just using market orders. So if I've got a target in mind, I will set a a limit order. If it does look like it's not going to get to the limit, I can always hit the market order at the same time. If it's not shortable, it'll just cancel the limit order. Yeah, but with Robinhood, it was just trading way too fast. I mean, it's open now. Robinhood's open. Yeah, look at AMC is still heading down here. It's heading to this is S2 right around here. 33.18. S3 is looks like 32.87. 32.90. AMD's been a powerhouse, eh?
Yeah, AMD
Look
was
at
a monster today.
I'd be looking at AMC. If it drops below 32, might be interesting for a long, or 30. If it drops below 33, it might bounce off this S3 level. I'm not okay. You know what? When stocks like this don't often. I mean, yeah, they do trade around some of these levels, but they don't respect them quite as much. I mean, you've just got a frenzy of people buying and selling. Um, so yeah, and there's a lot of, I'm going to call them less experienced traders. So they don't necessarily, some of them don't even, I'm guessing some of the people that are trading hood don't even know what the VWAP is. They don't know what the moving average is. They're not looking at those. They're just buying momentum. And so, you know, a stock like this typically doesn't quite trade the same way, in the same way. Careful with the spread on this too, guys, because it is pretty big and it is jumping around a lot. It's not trading quite as cleanly as it did at the open there. It is trying to hold the VWAP here, though. Having said that, there still are, you know, if you think this is all Robinhood traders, think again. This is you've got a lot of professional day traders and big money managers that are trading this as well. So as well, I'm guessing the machines are trading this too.
AMC all the way to S3. Look at that.
Yeah, it's heading down there. We're coming down to yesterday's low. Yeah, right off S3, eh?
Yeah,
I
we're
stopped
basically just running the inside of yesterday's candle.
Huh.
We lose here though, could really continue to sell off. So
Yeah.
let's fingers crossed. But if there was going to bounce, this would be the spot where I'd be looking for a bounce.
Yeah, I'm going to take a long at 33 just to see if it'll bounce. A tight stop here.
We haven't had a volume hit down here yet, so I'm not sure if it's
No.
quite ready. But maybe. I mean,
Seems,
there's a lot of buying on the tape right now.
yeah, it seems to look like it wants to hold here. Here we go. Somewhere around 33.90. It almost hit there. Almost got stopped out. I've got an order in at 32.15 for half of it. I don't know if it's going to bounce that high though. There we go. Filled at 32.15 or 33.15, I should say. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's just sold some more here. 23, 22 filled. It's all about the levels, guys. Just got to watch the
Levels, baby.
Yeah. Thor called it out there, S3. And S3, as it turns out, was pretty close to yesterday's close. So
That's when they're really my favorite, Brian, is when you find that pivot level sitting right on a daily level or right near one. Because then you've got it's like having 5 moving averages under you or something. You know you're going to find support here in some fashion. I don't know how
yeah,
big it'll be, but something's going to happen. You've got too much support here. So that'll work.
we're at this S2 level right now is kind of where it's struggling. I'm still holding. Let's see if we can get back up to the 9 moving average, which is around 33.25. I'm going to put in an order right there.
How's it going, Master Chief? What have you been up to, brother?
Yeah, I think it's going to struggle here. We'll see. Patience. Get some patience. Oh, wow. BYSI just continuing to get taken to the woodshed here.
Yeah, I'm still holding ATVI. I wasn't paying attention because I was actually reconfiguring my trading setup. I was upgrading my platform because my trade setup still had the old version. So I was upgrading it. And ATVI did a nice little pullback to VWAP, which would have been sweet for an ad. But oh well, I've still got some position on. So my next target's at $80.
Didn't get a fill on that push to 30 on 25. Neo. I was, I had if there hadn't been anything else on there, I think some people were watching Neo. Kind of have to keep an eye on my AMC trade. I called the 33.25, but I just didn't get a fill on it. Should have gone 33.24. It was just too obvious. Came out of the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Back at break even. It might have some more downside here.
Let me pop back over to it.
Let's take a boo in Neo.
Yeah, we're still heavy to the downside on AMC. That's why I was reconfiguring my platform so I could add the highlight feature back into my DOS. Large orders at 32 on still on AMC, so it might struggle to bottom here with the demand lower.
Well, looks like the hood is did manage to hold the VWAP here in a sort of roundabout way. This will be in play tomorrow too. I'm sure of it.
Well, good sir, I actually think it's 10 o'clock and I've
Yeah,
already blew out my goal today. So I think I'm going to get
dude.
my vacation on a little bit and get out of here. Shout out to everyone in YouTube Landy and everything like that. Everyone, thanks for hanging with us. Hope you all, are having some good there. I think you guys have just witnessed the Midas touch with Brian Pesum, our prophet of profit. I don't know what you're going to say if you weren't grabbing some of the hood on that one or one or the other. We had tons of stocks called out that were really good today. Lots to play. So I hope everyone got at least a little bit of a piece of some of that. Otherwise, keep it green, y'all. And Brian,
Yeah,
keep that money rolling, buddy. Good
Thor.
job today.
Yeah, Thor.
We
Yeah,
always make money,
thanks.
brother.
We do. Well, thanks for hopping on, especially when you're down there on vacation. Enjoy the rest of the day with
Hey,
the
my
fam.
pleasure, man. You know it.
All right,
You got
buddy.
it.
Okay.
See
You
you
have
later.
a good one. See you, bud.
You too.
All right. Yeah, Neo. Okay, so my thoughts on Neo was before it just took that big drop. It's just sort of pretty choppy price action. I mean, it did have a nice. It did a little bit of a breakout at the open, pulled back. It was pretty, came back to the opening price. Um, it basically just chopped around the VWAP. Um, I don't expect a lot of movement either way. It just doesn't feel like it's in play um, right now. ATVI looks like it's put in a bit of a double bottom here. Problem is with that is the stop you would use is 80.60. It does look like it's breaking through the 9 again on ATVI. Um, AMD's kind of getting to the time of day where the big moves have been put in and you get this choppy price action. Now, this is usually a time of day we look for sort of 920 trades. So AMD pulled back through the 9. The 20 is right at the VWAP, 1740 around that area, but it's popping back up. AMD is the buyers are still there. They're still waiting for pullbacks to jump in. So the hood tried to pop up there and looks like again it's right back at the VWAP. Just be careful going long on that now. I don't think it's a long, at least not for a while. Sorry, what somebody asked about a rising devil trade. What was that one? Was RCL thing? Okay, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. GM was a classic rising devil. Was a good rising devil. Good example of one. RCL. Okay, so if with a with a rising devil trade, you're looking for a stock that's gapping down. Usually on volume, or not on volume, on some news, I should say, and So you're looking for a bit of a pop at the open, and it's a tough one on RCL because it was gapping down. It was kind of choppy. I wouldn't have liked it at a Rising Devil just because it was so choppy going into the open. It kind of popped its head above the VWAP at one point just before the open. It did drop. It did pop. It went well past the VWAP, and then it sold off. So, yeah, a bit of a sloppy Rising Devil compared to GM, which was just a really, sort of classic one. Just looks weak. Down on earnings, looks weak going into the open, pops up to hit the VWAP, and then just drops. So, hello, Peter.
Good morning, Brian.
How's it going, buddy?
It's not as good as you, but still going very well.
Good.
AMD has been just insanity. My normal. It is not the AMD I have been trading for the last 2 years. It is a totally different animal, which is interesting. So not bad, just different. So I'm trying to get used to the new AMD here.
Yeah, it's been the buyers have definitely been rushing into that stock. If you haven't taken a trade today, there's nothing wrong with that. It's if there's nothing that's shown in your trade book that you feel comfortable trading. Robinhood was just a pure momentum play, really. And same with sort of BYSI. So there's no downside. You can say that you haven't lost money this morning, and that's more important than I would say. No, 920 trades they work better. They work better on stocks that are strong. Do I? Oh yeah, sure. I've had some. I think I've had some. This week so far has been good. I haven't had any negative ones this week. I think I had one negative week last week. And I think I might have had one day where I was pretty much flat.
Yeah. Don't let us fool you guys. I mean, we talk about the good stuff because it's exciting and it's fun and it's what we're here for. But every single one of us has, losing trades, losing days, even losing weeks occasionally. I mean, if you've driven yourself to consistency, you almost never have a losing week. But we will all have losing days. Except yeah. Yeah, well, there's got to be an exception to every rule, right?
It looks like BYSI might be putting in a double bottom, and it's kind of trying to hold this 9 moving average or try to get above it here.
AMD.
I don't like the way it's trading. UAA looks like it's about to break out here. AMC finally had a bit of a bounce here. That last sell-off candle, if you look at the 2-minute chart, there's a big sell-off candle with some volume on around 10:04. And then that's something that Thor's a big focus on volume guy as well. And,
he is.
That was.
You should talk about that more.
Yeah, I think he's. I know he's read Anna Cooling's book. I should. Andrew, where's Andrew? Andrew died.
What? Ow. Oh man, that was harsh. You're going to start rumors, Brian, that we may not recover from.
I'm kidding. What? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We don't know where he is. He's MIA.
He is traveling, and I think he's somewhere where the internet connection was not as good as he had hoped. So it's causing him a few technical issues. So he's asked for us all to help out while he's figuring it out. So I always picture him somewhere in a mountaintop with an antenna held up and standing on one leg with his laptop trying to trade with the wind whipping by. Probably still making 10 grand.
I thought what happened to StarNet? I thought Elon had that all figured out.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't signed up for that yet. Their speed isn't huge though. It's decent, but not. I assume it's okay for trading. I don't know. Can't remember, but
just took a little BYSI long off that level. I'm gonna sell some here. Got 43. That was a nice little pop.
See what I mean about AMD? AMD is not my stock. Like, this thing just bounced off of VWAP, and not a little bounce. This is like $1.70. It's bounced. The spread is anywhere from 2 to 5 cents at any given time. I'm just getting used to it. It's a different stock.
Yeah, I wasn't watching AMD. Look at that. Yeah, look at UAA is, as I mentioned, is breaking out. New high here. We'll be back in a sec. Oh, look at AMD go too.
Brian's going to go get a new gallon of tequila to fuel his morning. Put another dipper into the barrel. Laylee, it's Laylee. She's in the room. I hope you had a good morning, Laylee. You've been killing it on those submitted trades you've had. One trade of the day, like 800 times now. There you go, Hugo. That's Brian's other room. Roll out the barrel.
Are we doing Oktoberfest songs now?
Hugo posted a picture of what you were doing in the other room. So if you just look up a little bit.
Okay.
I figured you were cracking open a new barrel of tequila to celebrate the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely this was definitely a very good morning. I was kind of disappointed because I sold my hood shares after the market closed there. I don't know why I didn't hold some. I just saw it was up like $3. I thought, oh, anything could happen tomorrow. I think anything could happen. Take the money and run. UAA, I think, let's see, what have we got on UAA? Okay, here goes BYSI. I still got a few shares there. My goodness, this is just a rockin' day. Getting a bit of a short covering rally here on BYSI. Just going to cover some here. Or I'll sell some here. Oh, just got halted.
BYSI.
I have no idea. How do you calculate R's on hood? Yeah, just got halted on that. I just got out of that.
Wow.
Or at least I still got 300 shares left on BYSI. Look at AMD. AMD is going to hit 120.
It looks like it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Are you in AMD? Yeah. Sometimes. There's a big ask, or there was a big ask at 120. It's not there anymore. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I actually tried to short it here just because it looked like it was actually running out of steam, but it's hard to tell what this thing is going to. Here we go. Okay, cover some more. Whew, that was just AMD. It's really throwing me off here. Oh, here we go. Cover. That was like it's just so sketchy. Like I entered some at 1950, and then it popped up, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll add some, and if it breaks 120, I'll just get out. So like I'm making money on this trade, but I don't feel good about it, to be honest.
Bit of a 920 trade on AMD, by the way, guys. I didn't trade it, but if you look at the 2-minute chart, the 20 moving average was almost right on the VWAP. So we did lose the 9 right around 10:06. It dropped down to the VWAP / 20 moving average, bounced off there, and that's when you got this rip back up here.
Sorry, Hugo. That Master Chief. That what? What are you asking? I will answer your email, by the way. I just haven't got to it. A broken rule. I didn't actually break my rule. I took a smaller size because it is so crazy. So I was not over my risk limit on the trade, and then I when I added, it probably, if it went over 120, yeah, I would have lost a little bit more than my target on the trade, but it was still within, anyways, my rule bounds. I'm stopped out, by the way. I just got out of AMD. I can't. It's throwing me off.
It is trading a little weird. Here's AMC is putting in a double bottom.
You ever have anybody ever dated someone where they go away on like a vacation or something, and they have this life experience and come back and they're just not the same person, but they don't see that change in themselves? That's what I feel like AMD is like. It hit 100. It hit 100, and suddenly it's got this whole new personality, and very relatable. Yeah, there you go. See, I think we've all been that. And the person's like, "What are you talking about? I'm not different," but they are different, and it's not necessarily bad. But if you can't adjust to it, it can cause problems. Right now, I'm struggling to adjust to AMD. Hood is just.
Is it time to find another girlfriend?
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm sort of thinking here. That's my analogy is. If nothing else, I just have to figure out if I can get used to the new her, right? That's
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm just taking a small long here on AMC on this bit of a flush. 32.58.
What do you? AMC.
AMC, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I said I made money. I'll show you guys. Look, here's my trade on AMD.
We can both make money on this trade. I'm looking for a small gain here, maybe back up to 75.
So I made money on it, but I didn't I made 1R, I think, net. Yeah, 1R. So I was holding most of my size though, looking for a bigger drop, so that didn't happen.
Just BYSI's open. Gonna sell the rest here. And I should have had a limit set at the VWAP. What was I thinking?
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm getting out of my AMC, the flat on this one. Just not, kind of thought it might bounce there, but it looks like it's got a lot more legs lower here. Still looks like AMD wants 120. Here we go.
I swear my microphone is like a magnet for the telemarketers. They always call when I'm on the. All right, we got a. Whoa.
Here we go.
What do got
Oh,
going
there's
on here?
there's your 120 print on AMD.
Got a SPAC opening up here. It does not look interesting at all. Of interest there, but I'll tell you about it anyways. That's two that have opened fairly early today with really no interest. Dole is not changing, not trading well since the open.
Is it just a SPAC, or is it? It's not. It doesn't have. It's not an IPO. The IPO.
Which, I just posted?
It's just it's the AMCIU is just
Yeah.
is a SPAC, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
No business in it. I mean, there's so many of those have come public now. It's just.
I know. It's ridiculous
funny.
how many of those are on the market.
Yeah.
I don't know what the numbers are, but there are literally thousands out there. And they're getting tricky. Like there's another one this morning that opened. Its ticker is IDW. So, and it's a holding company. Same thing. So,
right.
Brian, I don't know if you've got it on your radar, but one I think is a potential good long term is as Dole. Dole IPO'd a few days ago. DOLE. And it hasn't really done much. It's certainly not a day trading stock, but it just seems like one that, good long term.
Might be a good swing trade.
As long as the banana crops don't fail.
What is it a SPAC?
Dole? No, Dole is
Oh, I see. It's the as in Dole pineapple. Okay.
Dole Pineapple and Banana Company. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this isn't a SPAC. This really is a banana company.
It really is. You thought I was doing like a Trading Places thing where we need the orange crops. The orange crops can't fail.
Yeah. Kyle. Okay. Well, it hasn't been. So it's had its first day of trading here. Or a couple days of trading. I mean, it sold off, obviously, on its first day. A bit of a gap up on the second day. Third day has been sort of mixed. Yeah.
It isn't, Rena? I did not know that.
What's that?
Apparently pineapple is no longer a crop on the Hawaiian island of Lanai, which used to be called Pineapple Island. Oh my goodness, look at AMD. Jumped up another $1. Look at that.
Really? I thought... how can you not have pineapples in Hawaii together? Look at AMD rip. I told you 120 easy. I knew it.
I knew it.
Yeah, AMD is a monster.
We're still live on YouTube. Hello to everybody on YouTube.
Hello. I think we're about an hour into the trading day, so I think we're probably going to drop off here.
Rena, you did the horticultural tour of Hawaii, did you? You went and checked all the plantations?
It's not native to Hawaii. Yeah, SoFi, and I actually got out of SoFi because it was trading so horribly yesterday. Stupid stock. What are interest rates doing here? I think interest rates have bottomed actually. I was looking at that last night. Wow, look at the TLT. Interest rates are picking up here. Oh, I love that sound. So soothing. Reminds me of Burning Man. Yeah, AMC is just on a highway to hell here. I wouldn't be buying.
Really
I think it might be a good time to short short. Then if you're going to go, I would go short.
Look at the SPY just dropped quite a bit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we'll have our own BBT camp.
There you go. I have never been to Burning Man. Seems crazy.
It's an experience.
I'm not sure that I really
Is that
need
right?
to be half naked
Is
in a
that right?
split tent with a bunch of high 20-somethings.
Okay, Yuri.
Maybe
You know what?
I'm
It's
shortchanging myself.
it's actually funny. It's there is no. I don't feel like there's any real demographic at Burning Man. There's no. Even I fit in.
Oh, well. All right, maybe I wouldn't feel like old man Jenkins as much as I think I would.
No.
That's what I need. I'm just gonna go in a horse head. Then it doesn't matter. I can be anybody.
Yeah,
That could be me, Jeff. Maybe that's me. How do you know? Or maybe I lied to you. I really was there. How'd you find that picture? I thought I got rid of all those. All right.
There is.
AMD is AMD's doing its new AMD stuff.
Feels like BYSI wants to go up. Wow, there's just no bottom for AMC. Here we go. Yeah, BYSA going through 25 here. VWAP's at 25.13 or 27.13, I should say. Yeah, the hood is really kind of lost its sparkle. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, depends on your time frame, Brian. Like if you bought yesterday, it's still pretty sparkly. So.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah. I was going to say what I find very interesting about AMD in the last couple of days is normally one of the axioms that has been used for decades in trading is that stocks take the stairs up and the elevator down, or the elevator up and the window down, depending how you want to state that. But bottom line is they go up slower than they go down. But AMD seems to have reversed that. Like I have found it actually jumps up faster than it drops. And that's one of the things I struggle to get my head around. Like if you look at the candles, the up candles on a 1 minute chart are much more pronounced. They're much bigger than are the down candles. So. Human, if you bought some hood at 36.50, I hope you sold some earlier today when it was really spiking. Another old axiom in trading, right? When it doubles, sell half. So.
Yeah. Well, it's still in play. Don't count it out. I mean, I think when we get into the afternoon, it could be entertaining as well here. Yeah, we'll see what comes.
Well, Mike, AMD and I, we share an apartment. It's tough when you're living together to break ties, right? So we're gonna see if this will work out, but it's a little rocky right now. But as Brian said, I wouldn't be surprised. Hood is still absolutely on a general trajectory to break 100 as soon as this afternoon. Like it actually could quite reasonably, if you consider that type of price action reasonable. But anyways, it could conceivably. If not, in the next couple of days, fairly easily. So we'll just see. It really depends on how memey it becomes.
Yep, it's could be very memey. There goes BYSI. I kind of feel like it's going to go again. It's really it's kind of squeezing people here.
Yeah, Andre, I don't know. AMD has not been leveraging my typical patterns in the last, ever since it hit 100, so in the last 5 days. So I would say just immediately, no, that's not a mountain pass, because it's just too strong. It seems to just break the rules. AMC did get a bounce at S4. A little bit more volume. Great call on that S3 bounce on AMC, by the way, Brian. I mean, it didn't go up a lot, but I mean, you absolutely called the trade, and it did what you said.
Got a bit of a bounce on it. Yeah, there goes BYSI. I don't know if anybody's in that trade, but still feels like it's squeezing here. It's right at the VWAP now.
I'm normally only on in the afternoon. We have a lot of members here that maybe don't stick around to the afternoon. I'd be interested if you guys would indulge me. Let's do a poll. I do a poll every day to see how our traders are doing. So I'll ask you to let me know. How's your day going? Are you green? Are you red? Are you trading in sim, or are you trading live? I'll just say that this is awesome. Getting a ton of responses. Now, obviously, I don't know whether you're telling me the truth or not, but I hope you will. You got nothing to gain from lying, right? We're all friends in here.
Nothing to gain. Yeah, we don't publish
Chief,
the results.
The data is in there, but I don't save it. I don't look at it. All the responses come up, but I just don't. I've got hundreds of people responding. I don't pick out any individual.
There goes BYSI. It's through the VWAP now.
We do it for entertainment purposes only, really. All right, give you guys another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Just selling some BYSI.
Well, let me grab this so I can post it for you guys. And there you go.
Made money on the downside. Making money on the downside on this, and now making money on the upside. Wow, this is killing it. So here we go, 28. Oh yes, 28 filled. Oh, it's going to halt.
Brian, look at you go.
Yeah, look at this BYSI. Did anyone else get into that trade? I started calling it. Nice, Mr. T is there, obviously.
So, interestingly, we've got our members, right, as they report. 39% of you say you're green trading live. 24% are red. In Simulator, it's pretty balanced. So those of you that aren't yet live or just trading in Sim today, it's 14% both green and red, and then 8% are watching. So that's about typical of what we see, which is interesting. And again, I don't really keep the stats. We just do it for information. It's usually because somebody who's green asks, do the poll today, because most people, it's usually when you're green, you want to like be able to report it, but not always. Because that's when somebody who's red says, well, I asked you. Anyways, but yeah, it's good results.
UA just if you look at UAA, UAA did a bit of a 920 trade here. You can see it kind of got toppy around. This is exactly when this, and the timing on this is about right. You can see here about 922, we had some topping action. We lost the 9 moving average. Didn't quite pull back to the 20, but did lose the 9 and then just rip back up again. So UAA going to 24 probably.
UAA, I didn't even look at that today. That was yesterday's. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go. There's a big asks at lots of liquidity here at 24.
Huh. Keeps popping in and out. Somebody's holding that sort of as an iceberg. They're hiding their size.
Yeah, it actually did a 920 trade. It pulled right back to the 9 and then just popped back up again. Yeah, so I know people have asked me, do they work on the downside? And I just find that that on the downside, when a stock's dropping and it gets through the 9, quite, the whether it's going to reject from the 20 seems to be less predictable. Seems to be more predictable that if you're strong and you break through the 9 to the downside and you hit the 20, it seems to be more predictable that you'd get a bounce off that. It probably has to do with the psychology of the trade. I mean, you get, strong stocks, you'll get, buyers waiting for pullbacks, whereas weak stocks just either are, reversing or they're just going to continue lower regardless.
Mr. T, other than RVOL, any other indicators of a stock will be less affected or correlated with the SPY? Anything on my watch list follows the SPY.
Yeah, I was looking at Oxy. Oxy really was gapping down at the open. Did a bit of a it just broke down at the open and then put in a bottom, higher low, and then it just kind of ripped higher. But overall, the XLE is still red on the day. NVIDIA is back over 200. Facebook's well, what do you say? I think it's 7:45. We'll say goodbye to our friends on YouTube for the day.
Yeah, I think so.
Please everyone to like, subscribe. You can get notified if you subscribe that we're on every morning. So hope everyone out there had a decent day. Again, remember that when you're watching with YouTube, you are watching a delayed feed. So there's always that. I don't know if it's about 10 seconds delay at least. And hey, no worries. Well, hopefully you got, AMC was nice. Yeah, look at that. UAA through 24. I knew it.
I knew it.
I knew it. It's one of our favorite sayings in the room.
It did go.
Okay. Yep. Okay, guys. Well, everybody out there, have a great rest of the day, and we'll look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow.
Later,
and
everyone.
if you want to join, I don't know, Carlos, you can throw up the information on joining before we drop out here. Here we go. If you're interested in joining the room, that's try it. $24 for the week.
Indeed. Use the code premarket24 and you can get into the chat room and you see our introduction classes, see what it's like, trade live with us for an entire week. If it's for you, then maybe you'll join. If you do, you can join using the code SUMMER40 to get 40% off an annual elite membership. So we hope to see you here. But we know not every trade room's for every trader, so see if it's for you. Come and join us.
Yeah.
I think you'll love it.
But for that amount for 7 days is getting all that access to all the information. We have some great webinars. We have webinars going on all week, including onboarding a class, which helps people get assimilated to all the stuff that's going on, because it can be a little overwhelming. So, all right, catch everyone later.
Later.